This is Listening with Franklin Livingston. And our guest is DG.
Friends, today we have Darling Girl. That's what she likes to call herself. She's a model, she's an actress, she's also been a dancer, and she has other things she does in her life too. She'll introduce to those things later in the show. So, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Franklin Livingston.
Yes, thank you. Well, that's very formal. And, but when I call you darling, it's not going to be that formal.
I know.
How do you like that? Like when men call you like darling?
No, it's actually mainly my mom who used to call me darling. And it's not only darling, it's darling girl.
So she used to call darling girl the whole thing?
No, only when she would like to request something from me. And then that means to say I could not say no, because when someone approaches you and it's your mother and it's that sweet of a term that she uses it for, some favors, why not? Coconut. So yeah. So I go by darling girl. I like that one. It's a good memory from my mom. Yes.
So darling,
Uh-huh.
where were you born? Where did you grow up?
Ah, okay. I'm actually a Filipino transplant in New York. So I was born in the biggest island.
Transplant.
Yes, transplant. I wasn't. I came from another country and then transplanted in the United States of America. So I actually grew up in the province, in one of the provinces in the Philippines. It's actually on the main island. So it's a good provincial, normal childhood kind of thing story. So yes, when you grow up in the province, I think you're more naive to the worldly things.
So when you say province, uh, I used to think province is like a state. It has its own local government, a governor or chief minister. So when you say province,
Mhm.
what do you mean by that? Explain to me.
It's different. Maybe so for us, we only have like a mayor. We only have like one president. So
President of the country?
of the country,
Which
but
is
like
the Philippines.
towns, yes, the
In-
whole Philippines.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then you have the mayor who is the head of the province?
No, the province is the governor. For the mayor, it's actually like the city.
The city.
That's
Okay, so yeah,
yes.
so province is just like a state in the US.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's the British. Did British rule there ever?
Uh, no, I don't think so. I stand corrected, to be corrected. Okay. We were under like the Chinese rulings and then Spanish. That's why most of the Filipinos you would see are like the mix of like Asian and then European blood. So I'm actually one of them.
So, but do
So-
they speak Spanish or no? People there.
Yes. In the southern part of the Philippines, we have like a town there, but it's not really Spanish. It's not the Catalan Spanish that the formal Spanish speakers would want you to speak. It's broken Spanish. It's we call it Chabacano. Yes. So, but like years before, I believe that students were required in the college to at least take up several courses of, several semesters of Spanish. So they could, if they could not speak, because if you don't practice it, so of course you would be unable to like speak, but you can like read and understand some of the words, sentences, blah blah blah. So yes, so I wish that that would still be the case, because language for me, I believe so, is a skill, and especially here in New York or in California, where there's lots of Latino migrants. It's really very very beneficial, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's the second language there, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I did take up like I think one semester of Spanish in college.
Do you understand a few words?
just a few words, yes, but yeah, but like in the ads here, you would pick up some words, and just because we were a colony of Spain before, we have several Spanish words in our vocabulary, like la mesa, which is the table, pasaporte, cuchara, the days of the week, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, músico. It's so those are like some of the words that we inherited
Well, I only
from
know
the
a few words
Spanish
like
colony.
gato, which means cat.
Oh, okay.
And where else?
You should watch more.
Bésame, kiss me.
Yeah.
Gracias, thank you. Denala,
Yeah.
welcome, being okay.
Uh-huh.
What else? I forgot.
Did you go to? Is it from like watching telenovelas?
No,
or just
actually,
from, like picking up some of the.
There's a Spanish school in Midtown Manhattan I joined.
Oh, Spanish
And,
school.
Yeah, they teach
Never-
Spanish.
is
And
Uh-huh.
it's literally next to Bond office. You know Bond movies?
There's a bond office.
Yeah.
You gotta tell
And-
me about it. Where is it at?
I forgot the street. It's in Midtown.
Ah, okay.
So the James Bond movies, the franchise, they
Mm-hmm.
had an office there, and it was literally next to that office.
Ah, okay.
And I went there, but I learned within 5 weeks that I am not that smart to compose a sentence.
Ah, okay.
I can't really say my cat is gray. So I learned a few words now.
Oh.
Like, because the thing was, they wanted you to do a lot of homework. It's a lot of practice and homework
Mhm.
in order to learn that, and I didn't have that kind of time. So I was like,
Oh.
all right, it's fine.
Is it Instituto Cervantes or
What?
is it Instituto Cervantes, the name of the school?
I don't remember.
Ah, okay. All right.
I
we
don't
have-
remember. I think they had evening classes, and they had levels.
Oh,
And,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, my sister actually took up, I think, almost 4 years, if I'm not mistaken, of Spanish. She went to Instituto Cervantes and she was sent to Spain as one of the scholars.
Wow.
Yeah, she went to Universidad de Salamanca, which happened to be like the fourth oldest university in the world.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's impressive of my sister.
The way you sing these words,
Uh-huh.
if I was just listening to your words and not know that you're from the Philippines, I would assume you're from South America.
Oh, thank
Right.
you. Yeah,
Because
maybe
it
not that
sounds
much.
so authentic. I can't tell. I can't tell the fake Spanish versus the real Spanish.
The local, I mean, Hispanics would recognize.
Of course,
that I'm
like
not
you were talking about this word in Hindi, right? So I have learned Hindi
Yes.
from television,
Oh, Hindi.
TV,
yes.
and movies, right?
Yeah.
So when you were saying Dhanyabad. But I think when I'll talk, they would know I'm not an Indian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's not authentic.
I know. I
You know?
don't. Yeah, I could not.
It's like
really-
just picked, and then when I picked, for example, ton, the th sound, I used the way I was taught in acting school with the phonetics, right? So
which is
the
the
th, like dine, thou. I don't know how they say. Where do they put the tongue?
Uh-huh.
In watching a movie and TV, I really don't pay attention
Uh-huh.
that okay, how did they say that word? But I can say it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a native would probably say, yeah.
You
he's
could do
not a-
Bollywood if you do
Yeah.
Hindi, right? Because Bollywood
Yeah,
is, like,
sure, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a mega
It's,
industry.
I think, it's the world's largest industry.
Yeah. Oh my
I think
god.
they do more like a very urban mix of Urdu Hindi type.
Oh really?
It's not the traditional Hindi.
Oh.
And that's why their audience is more abroad than in the.
Oh really? Oh, I mean, it amazes me how I watch Hindi movies, and then they're like super long, like with a lot of singing and like.
Depends.
Oh my
which one,
gosh!
yeah.
And then dancing,
Musicals,
and the
yeah.
production. It's like, wow.
Yeah, those. I think I don't watch the newer movies. I watched like 90s movies, and I have watched a lot of actors' interviews. And those movies were made with a lot of detail and a lot of efforts.
I know.
Because those movies took a lot of time to make.
Yes.
And the actor, like, I still remember there was one guy, he said he was auditioned 20 times. And
For one
then,
role.
yeah.
Wow.
He was, and that wasn't the lead role. He was like supporting.
Oh, wow.
But I think those people are very hardworking differently.
Yeah.
And in intense environments,
Yes.
they used to film, maybe still film.
Mhm.
And like, that's why they had, yeah, I've met Jamaicans, I've met Nigerians.
Mhm.
First time I went to Malaysia, that was my second ever country going on my own solo trip. I was very young, very, very young, and stayed in a YMCA. And there was a movie there. It was a Bollywood movie. And I was
Mhm.
like, do you guys understand the language? And they were like, no, but we like the love story.
Yeah.
Because mostly the musical types, a lot of people don't know what Bollywood is because they think that dancing and musicals is Bollywood, but they had a lot of genres. They had action, they had crime, they had romance.
Mhm.
Then they had more like family based. But it's the language. They have 9 industries. It's the language that differentiates them, or subculture.
Wow. Yeah. Malaysia, I think just because like in Malaysia you have like India, Indian,
Malays.
Chinese, Malays, and then I think one more which comprises like the majority
Yes.
of the
But
population.
those
So,
those Indians, South. I think the India might call them from the south because they're really dark. They have particular
Mhm.
features. I don't think they speak the language or culture because
Oh.
they were brought by the Brits
mhm.
to work in rubber or something because Malaysia was colonized.
No,
By
by
the
the
Brits,
Brits. Yeah.
So these people were brought there. And one thing I really love about Malaysia is these people don't fight.
Yeah, they find like a common ground to be like at peace with everyone working despite like the cultural differences.
Also, religious difference.
Yes, yeah.
Malaysia
you're
is an
right.
Islamic country.
Yes, yeah.
But when I would go to, for example, their crowded places, KL Central is an example, Kuala Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur,
right?
yes, yeah.
And if you go there, you walk around to do your shopping, you'll see Catholic students. This is like later afternoon. Catholic school students in those skirts type outfit, and you will also see young women from Muslim background. They will
With
be in
the-
the head covering, and
Yeah.
then the South Indians you will see in sari, or the guys in like
Yes.
very practicing Hindus will do that.
Mhm.
But-
Bindi, with the bindi.
With the bindi, but also the guys, I think they do something
Oh,
here. And I've
really?
seen that in the trains. I love the trains.
I've never seen anyone like
It's I don't
Only
want to
bindi.
be disrespectful because I don't fully understand, but I think it's like a chalk type thing, white thing they do.
Maybe okay, all right, maybe yeah, like most Indies, yeah. But it's wonderful how they coexist
Yeah.
harmoniously, right?
Yeah, you see at the train stations and even in the trains.
Mm-hmm.
And also I noticed if somebody by mistake, there's like we friends were in a train and there was an older gentleman with this. He was a Muslim with his beard and prayer cap,
Mm-hmm.
and he was passing by, and by mistake he hit my friend just a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then he stood. And then he apologized, and then he asked if he was okay and hope it wasn't an offense. And
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't like in New York people hit you intentionally,
Yeah, or-
which means like get out of my way, and they say sorry about that.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, that's one of my pet peeves of like living in New York. Like we kind of lose touch of like humanity. Like sometimes we know that we hurt someone, or you can just apologize, or like sometimes too, this happened to me. I accidentally bumped into someone, and before I could utter my apologies, she would like rant at me. Like so easy to just be irritated, right? So I wish that the stress level in New York would be like tenfold lower. I mean, for everyone's health sakes and just the mental mental thing. Yes,
Right.
mental health.
I think because the US has always been an individualistic society.
Now I used to live in like Oregon, the Pacific Northwest, and then in
Portland?
Arkansas. No, I used to live
Portland,
in
Oregon,
Eugene. No.
Oh,
I used to live in Coos Bay, in Eugene, in the Dalles, and then
Dallas?
the Dalles.
Dallas, where's
Yes,
that?
it's spelled as the, and then Dalles, Dalles.
But where is the whole thing?
Like on the northeastern, close to the border of like Washington, Tri-City areas.
Mm.
It's like it's actually no. The Dalles is no. I'm sorry. I was thinking of Hermiston, my other but it's between like the Multnomah Falls and then was this Hermiston. So yes, I've been there.
And the
Hermiston.
culture is different.
Sorry.
Culture is different.
Yes, they're nicer. They're more understanding. I got a culture shock when it was my first time. I was a traveling healthcare worker before. So driving from Arkansas to Philadelphia, like, I was trying to find my way. My what's this GPS was not really, you have to turn right, turn, oh my gosh, and it's a lot of streets. And then before I could react to like go right or left, like someone was already honking at me. So it's a lot of stress unnecessarily, I believe so. So
Some parts are nicer. Definitely, people have, like I've heard in the South, people are very hospitable. I haven't been
yes. Oh, okay.
Um,
You gotta go.
all
I mean,
right.
America is a very beautiful country. That's why I understand why some people would prefer not going abroad. They just prefer to like really
there. Stay.
roam around
Yeah.
because America offers a very diverse form of like everything. Nature wise, entertainment, everything. So you have the desert, you have the snows, you have the mountains, you have the cities. So,
Yeah, definitely.
yes, yeah.
Midwest, I think, is also more polite
Yes, yeah.
than the
More
city.
tactful.
And yeah. But in general, I think the difference, because I noticed something. That's why I started this show. Why certain countries, people are less stressed, if using stress language,
Mhm.
and more calm as compared to us. Um, Even Vietnam, right?
Mhm.
So-
I've never been there, but yes.
Vietnam doesn't even have a metro system yet. But I noticed people who drive, say, what is the thing I use there? Uber type thing.
Uh-huh.
And they're not paid a lot. But you can tell they're contented.
Yes, yeah,
Right.
yeah. And also in the intersection, I've never been there, but I've like watched some videos like people riding the motorcycle or the bikes.
Oh,
like
the
the
scooter thing.
yeah, the
Yeah.
intersection, no matter how crazy it is, I don't think that there's a lot of accidents or I don't know. Like really
No.
they are able to like just go with their
Yeah.
flow and everything. But I believe it's because partly I believe this is just my view is that here in America we're kind of like trained or I don't know to like get richer or like take advantage of this and that and life is short, so if you want to really try to get richer or something, you want to just get ahead of everyone sometimes,
Wealthier, yes.
yes
Because see that ends up becoming the individualistic approach.
Mhm.
It's about me,
yeah,
and instead of us,
yes,
which in itself is very interesting because the way I see the U.S.
Mhm.
U.S. had a massive influence on Christianity.
Yes, in
Right.
some areas, yeah, like Utah.
No, I mean around New England, for example.
Okay, yeah.
So this whole thing. Now, of course, there'll be pockets like New York City. I don't know. It might be crazier since ever. But I was told that, for example, Baptist Church in the South and the Methodist Church in the in New England and then the Midwest, their local churches were like uh, post box, or what do you call that? Mailing boxes where you mail. Like there were so many,
Oh,
and
really?
yeah, and I'm surprised a nation, a country which started there. Uh, how did it become individualistic? Me, because Christianity doesn't matter, it's Catholicism or any other denomination.
Yes.
It's all about communal salvation from the problems or the evil. Evil could be a systematic evil or
Mhm.
powers or whatever issues we have. Um Jesus was fighting these imperialism, right?
Mhm.
And then when you see the New Testament, it's all about we all being together, being sharing and loving and giving, and we
Yes.
all are together, safe and happy and
Mhm.
contented. But it all changed. I don't know if it was always there. I was not there,
Yeah, yeah. I read
but
that about you.
but when I saw that,
Yeah, I read that.
uh,
I read that in the in one of the clippings. Like,
you have been doing
no,
research.
no. Like, I read like how you were like flabbergasted at how like some church members were uttering this or that. Yeah, but
So
yeah,
that's that's my research and my understanding
Mhm.
that, and it's cross denomination,
Mhm.
and which needs to be readdressed. I think
Yes.
we need to rethink, those of us who grew up in a Christian tradition. It doesn't matter we continue going to a church in terms of a
Mhm.
organized religion or not, but even people who would say, I just have a relationship with Jesus Christ, I just follow Jesus Christ. Okay.
Mhm.
But then what does that mean?
Yeah.
Right? Do you follow the teachings of Jesus Christ, or just like you're a fan of Jesus Christ? Well, just a surface, like I'm a fan of such and such Hollywood
Mhm.
star, and then I just have their picture at home. That's it.
Mhm.
I don't know anything about them.
Mhm.
So that needs to be readdressed. But I want to know more about you because you grew up in a country which was highly influenced by Catholicism.
Yes, yeah, we're predominantly Catholic, but right now there is more and more, I think, like um more on the Christian side. Because after you become an adult, you can change religion. Like instead of Catholic, you want less, blah blah blah. So yes, but I was actually inculcated with a lot of Catholic thoughts in me, being brought up by devout Catholics, and
Both the
then
parents were devout?
yes, yeah, yeah, until now. That's why my dad, actually, this is like a trivia. So my dad got sick, and unfortunately, he needs to have like a medical clearance for any international trips.
Hmm.
And my sister asked my dad, "Where else do you want to go?" Because my dad have traveled like in what's this? Yeah, Singapore and then Indonesia, staying in some of the best hotels, 5 to 7 stars hotels, courtesy of my sister, and then Singapore, and then Europe, Norway, with my brother. Also here in the States, I was traveling with him. I even brought him to like Canada, and then I brought him to like Oregon, Washington, then New York, Washington D.C. Where else? A lot of places. But yes, we asked him just because he has some health issues, and then he said he would like to see. He would like to go to Rome to see the Vatican. So we did that preparation, which took almost a year, I think so, and we went to Rome. So he was so happy, and we were all planning to actually attend a mass for him to see the Pope.